Season 1, I rocked up here with $1,000 and thought cutting down trees would somehow make me a farmer. Spoiler, it didn't. Season 2, I took out a massive loan, bought a tractor that nearly bankrupted me, and a mower that nearly killed me. But at least I've got my own land. Now, Season 3. I've got grass to manage, sheep to wrangle, and dreams of real fields one day, along with plenty more debt and even bigger plans I've no idea how to pull off. But hey, the next year or two will sure be interesting. How hard can farming be? Sheep are looking good. Out on the meadow, plenty of food, plenty of water, and the wool's starting to come along nicely. Chickens, though, not much happening there yet, just pecking away at the feed. I'll probably have to buy in some more before long. Greenhouse is ready though, fruit and veg all grown. Time to hop in the tractor and get these pallets loaded. Forks on, nice and easy now. Up we go, and down onto the trailer. Not the best stacking job, but it'll do for a first attempt. Strap it all down. There, good enough. Trailer hooked up, let's get to the farmer's market. Season 1 feels like a lifetime ago. Starting out here in Montana with nothing but a chainsaw. Cutting trees just to scrape by. Season 2, things picked up. I got the sheep going, bought a tractor, started growing proper crops, and slowly built the farm up bit by bit. And now, here we are. And there it is, just over $5,000. My first proper payday as a farmer. $5 in the pocket, lovely. Right, back home before something goes wrong.
Alright, I thought it would be a good idea to upsize my windrower.
Yes, I know, I only just bought the smaller one, but look, I can sell it for $7.5 grand, and the new, much bigger one will set me back 19.5. But it's got a working width of 8.4 meters. 8.4! That means I'll be done in half the time, or at least that's the theory. So, let's get this beast home, alongside my new round baler. Yes, you heard that right. I've sold the little Massey baler and treated myself to a Go-Will round baler. Why? Because this beauty can wrap the bales into silage if I need to. Alright, time to cut my own grass again, but this time we're making silage. With the bigger mower, the new windrower and the round baler, this should be 10 times easier. At the end we'll get the bales wrapped, let them ferment for a few months and then sell them off for a tidy profit. That's the plan anyway. Mower down, and off we go. Lovely clean rows of grass. Smells fresh, looks good, and it's going down much quicker than before. Now for the windrower. Just look at that, sweeping everything neatly into perfect rows. Honestly, it's like lining up green carpet strips across the whole field. Not bad. Right, baler on. In goes the grass, rolls it up nice and tight, and out comes a beautiful round bale. There we go. That's farming progress right there. Much quicker, much easier, and actually fun to watch. Now we round to the wrapper, spin it round, cover it in nice white film. Done. That's silage in the making. Well, technically it's grass in bin bags for a few months, but eventually it'll be worth a lot more. And honestly, they do look like giant marshmallows. Time to move them with the bale spike. Nice and steady, lift it up, easy, and down it goes by the chicken pen. Perfect. Well, nearly perfect. It's a bit of a mess, but it's standing, and that's good enough for me. The chickens don't look impressed though. End result, 33 bales, each 3,500 litres. At roughly $250 per 1,000 litres, we're looking at about $15,000 once it's all sold. Not bad at all. Maybe I am starting to get the hang of this.
Alright, September has arrived, and this month is contracting month. First job on the books is a $16,000 bale wrapping contract for Noah. Should be straightforward, in theory. Bale on, spin it round, job done. Nice, easy money. Oh, here we go. Wonder who this is.
All right, mate. Just checking in. How's life in Montana treating you? Got your cowboy hat yet?
Cowboy hat? Liam, I can barely afford chicken feed. Do you know how much money I've made so far? Not enough to buy a hat. Maybe a baseball cap at best.
Brilliant. So let me get this straight. You moved all the way from the UK to the middle of Montana, and you're still broke. You could have done that at home.
Oi, I'm doing all right. Sheep are producing wool. Chickens are sort of laying eggs, and the greenhouse is pulling its weight. Slowly but surely, this farm is starting to come together.
Yeah, slowly being the key word. What is it now? Year 3? And you're not a millionaire yet? I'm disappointed. Thought you'd be driving a big American pickup by now.
Yeah, right. I'll be lucky if I can afford a car that actually works.
Sounds about right. Anyway, just rang to take the mick. Glad to see Montana hasn't turned you into a proper cowboy yet.
Trust me, Liam, if anyone around here saw me on a horse, they'd call animal control.
Perfect. Don't let me keep you then. Go wrap your bales and try not to bankrupt yourself.
Cheers, mate. Catch you later. All right, September contracts are underway. First stop, Field 21. A smaller job to warm up with. Just a handful of bales to wrap, nothing too dramatic. The kind of job where you just put your head down and crack on. But after that, we've got the big one, Field 49. That one's going to test me and the tractor both. A lot of bales, a lot of wrapping, and a lot of time sat here listening to the hum of the engine. Thing is, the thought's been creeping in. Maybe it's time I look at hiring someone. Imagine if I had a worker out here doing Field 21 while I cracked on with 49. 2 jobs at once, twice the income. That's how proper farms scale up, right? But then I think about the reality. Another wage to pay. And I don't even own half the kit I need. Only got this one tractor. If that breaks down, the whole farm grinds to a halt. Probably best to hold off until I've got more land of my own and a second tractor to keep things moving. One step at a time, Godric. One step at a time. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That one's rolling. Come on, stop you bloody thing. Don't you dare go into that forest. Nearly, and yes, stopped. Finally. That was close. Wait. Oh, for crying out loud, not again. You've got to be joking. Come on then, me versus you. Not today, not down the hill. One more shove. There. Stopped. Finally. I swear these bales have it in for me. Right, contract done. Payout received. Time for a stiff drink after that. 2 mowing jobs and a fertilizing contract to wrap up the month. Time to see the bank balance creep up. First stop, Field 60 for Katie. Easy start, nice lines, all looking neat. Oh wow, this is so much easier with the bigger mower. I mean, remember when I had to do this field backwards with the tiny one? Took forever. Had to keep doubling back. Almost lost my mind. Now, look at this. Straight lines done in half the time.
Hey, Godric, got a minute?
Always for you, David. What's up?
I mentioned before, those fields next to your lot. I'm willing to sell a few. At a decent price. You could really get the farm going.
Honestly, don't have the funds yet, but I'd love to buy some. Proper fields to start growing crops. That's the dream.
What kind of crops are you thinking?
Loads to choose from. Wheat, barley, canola, corn, even root crops like carrots, potatoes, beets. Maybe I invest in pigs or cows and grow the crops to feed them. Who knows at this stage? Too many possibilities.
Sounds like a plan. Just don't bite off more than you can chew.
Easier said than done, but exciting thinking about it. One day, I'll make it work.
Alright, keep me posted. Catch you later.
Will do. Back to mowing. Field 64 is looking tidy. Lines straight, sun on the cab. Fertilizer job still waiting, but I can't stop imagining those extra fields. Wheat waving in the breeze, corn rustling, pigs snuffling, maybe a couple of cows judging me. So many options. Root crops, grains, livestock. All I know is contracts are ticking along, money's creeping up, and one day I'll get there. For now, just enjoy the ride. That's the last fertilizer job for September done. $11,500 in the bank for that one, bringing the total up to $72,000. Not bad at all, finally feeling like things are moving in the right direction. October now, back at the farm. First stop, silage. Not quite fermented yet, still needs a month or two, but looking good. Greenhouse next. I'll just pop my head in to see how the fruits and veggies are growing. Lovely, everything's thriving. Time to check on the sheep. Oh wow, lambs, loads of them. 2 landrace of Bentheim, both boys, 3 Steinschaft, 1 girl, 2 boys, and 2 black Welsh mountain girls. What a little family. My flock is growing, and it's brilliant to see. Check the wool, over 2,000 litres now. Nice. Looking at the prices on the app. $1,200 per 1,000 litres. Best sold in April, so plenty of time to stock up until next year. Eggs, not many yet, but they're selling for around $1,400 per 1,000 litres. Best in November. Not bad at all. All right, I think it's time to go and buy some more sheep. Gotta up the wool production and keep the flock growing. Animal trailer hitched, off to town we go. Floyd's Market is calling. Pull up at the animal dealer and there's Floyd himself. Morning, Floyd. Got some exciting news. My flock's had a bunch of lambs.
Well, congratulations. I just had a new shipment in. 6 of the best quality sheep you'll find around here.
Really? That's perfect timing. How much for the lot?
$1,500, and they're all top-notch.
Sold. Let's get these little beauties home. All right, trailers loaded up carefully. Everyone seems settled in. Off we go back to the farm. Nice and steady. Don't want anyone getting squashed or jumping around too much. Time to let them out. Every new lamb, every new addition, just makes the paddock feel more alive. I swear, I could watch them all day. The farm's really starting to feel like my own little world here. All right, trailers full of fruit and veggies from the greenhouse. You know, why not make a little stall at the farm gate? People could just pull up and buy fresh from me. No contracts, no hassle. Yeah, that's a proper idea. 10 grand later, materials bought, put together, and there it is. Solid little roadside stall, ready for business. $5,500 for this batch. Not bad at all. Looking at the stall and all the fruit and veggies lined up, can't help feeling like this is actually starting to look like a real farm. Feels good. Now, I've made a management decision. I'm moving all my machinery out of the way to make room for a new vehicle shed. That's right. I don't want these machines getting too worn out in the weather. Found a good deal on a shed for 10 grand, and I reckon it's worth every penny. Clear a nice spot here, concrete foundations going in. Money's out of the account, and just like that, new building ready to go. Look at this, brand new shed, all the gear tucked away under cover, everything in its place. Plenty of room to grow, too. Walking around it now, you can really see how much tidier the yard looks. Machines protected, space organized, feels proper. Couldn't be happier with how this turned out.
All right, finishing the month off strong, got a big one here. 40 grand job, fertilizing field 6 for Noah. Same field as before, but this time it's the whole lot. Hitch the fertilizer on the front, trailer on the back, and we're off to the shop to load her up with product. Should be a decent payday. Well now, look who it is. Hope, the banker herself.
Afternoon, Godric. Just thought I'd check in on you. How's that new land treating you?
Coming along nicely, thanks for asking. Sheep are settled in, grass is ticking over, I can't complain.
I hear you've been making a few big investments. Sheds, stalls, stock. Careful now, you'll make me think you don't need the bank anymore.
Ha! Don't you worry, Hope. You lot have already got me hooked into a loan. You'll be seeing me around for a while yet.
Oh, I don't mind seeing you around. Especially if your farm keeps growing as fast as it has been. Tell me, you sure you don't need a little extra credit? Just say the word. I'll make it happen.
Now, trying to tempt me while I'm working. You'll get me into trouble. Besides, I think one loan's enough for now.
Fine. I'll let you off this time. Just don't forget who's rooting for you, Godric. I want to see you succeed.
Appreciate that, Hope. Always nice hearing from you. But I better crack on. Got lots of fertilizer to spread.
Well then, go make me proud. And call me when you're ready for that next investment.
She never stops, does she? Always pushing for another loan. Still, can't lie. It's nice having someone keeping an eye out. Right, spreader's running smooth, fertilizer going down even, and this field's soaking it up. Nothing like wrapping up the month with a payday like this. That's it for me today. Sheep are happy, stalls up and running, new shed built, and Noah's field looking sharp. Not a bad way to finish off the month. November in Montana. Cold, miserable, and yet somehow my sheep have decided it's the perfect time to produce 2 new lambs. Brilliant. More mouths to feed, just what I needed. Right, onto fields. First up, field 2, nearly 3 hectares, mostly loam soil, very nice. Price tag, a staggering $187,000 for dirt. But it promises a decent 118% yield. Not bad. Field 3, bit smaller, just under 2 hectares, but it's pure loam, basically the champagne of soil. Costs 124 grand. It's like buying less land, but it's posh land. Field 10, almost 3 hectares, which sounds good until you realize it's basically a swamp of silty clay. Yield potential, 92%. Price, 189,000. And finally, Field 11, 2 hectares of pure silty clay. It's like Field 10's sad little brother. Cheaper, sure, about 128 grand, but the yield potential is only 89%. Quick check on the silage bales. Almost fully fermented. Should be ready to sell this month. The sheep are fine, wool's stacking up nicely. But before winter really bites, I need a second cut off this grass field. Mow it, bale it, wrap it, and turn it all into more silage. Out with the mower. Just me, the tractor, and an endless sea of grass. Good time to call Giles and have a catch-up with him about these field options. Giles, how are we, mate?
Godric. Good to hear from you. It's been a while. I'm good, thank you. What's going on over in Montana today?
I'm looking at buying a field. 4 options, all nearby. Thought I'd get your opinion before I accidentally bankrupt myself.
Sensible. For once. All right, what have you got?
First one, Field 2. Nearly 3 hectares, mostly loam soil, bit of clay in there.
Costs a staggering $187,000. But it's got a decent yield, 118%. Tempting.
Pricey though. What else?
Field 3, smaller, 1.87 hectares, but pure loam. Maximum yield 125%. Costs $124,000. So less land, but posh soil.
Sounds pretty good, that one.
Right. Then there's Field 10. Nearly 3 hectares, but mostly silty clay. Yield potential drops to 92%. Price tags $189,000.
So you pay more for worse land. Brilliant.
Yes. And finally, Field 11. 2 hectares, pure silty clay. Costs $128,000. Yield potential only 89%.
Sounds like a car boot sale version of Field 10.
Exactly. Cheap, but rubbish.
Well, I'd say it's between Field 2 and Field 3 then. Depends if you want size or quality.
I was leaning that way, but the money is ridiculous. Anyway, if I do buy one, what do I actually plant? Needs to be cheap, but still bring in some profit.
Barley's usually the safest. Cheap seed, easy enough to grow, reasonable return.
Barley. Brilliant. So I'll work myself half to death and end up with enough profit to buy a pint of barley.
And a packet of crisps if you're lucky.
Living the dream.
Honestly though, start simple. Get used to the land. See what works.
Thank you. Very supportive, as always.
That's what friends are for.
Right. Well, I'll think about it. If I lose everything, I'll just blame you.
That's fair. Call me back when you've wasted all your money.
Cheers, Giles. Speak soon. Alright, silage has been wrapped, and now I'm taking the first cuts of silage bales off to sell at the Montana Hay Company. Exciting. This should fetch me around 15 grand all up if I'm lucky. Nothing like seeing the results of all that hard work actually pay off. Ah, this looks like the place. Montana Hay Company. Never thought I'd be a proper hay merchant. Right. Trailers loaded, bales stacked like a giant green Lego set. Let's get these off the trailer without launching one into orbit. I swear, every bale has its own little personality by now. Some are stubborn, some are cooperative, and some are plain naughty. There we go. First load down, just like that. 5 grand in the pocket already. Feels good seeing it all go somewhere useful. Back on the trailer again, bales strapped down tight this time. Don't want any runaway bales. Montana roads, not exactly highways, so careful now. Off we go again, not too far, maybe 10 minutes down the road, but far enough to get some decent scenery. Rolling fields, the sun catching the tractor. I could get used to this. Just me, the hum of the engine, and the occasional sheep giving me the side eye like I'm up to no good. Alright, last load. Trailer stacked, spikes engaged. Careful, careful. Hope no one at the hay company notices the little holes the spikes leave in the bales. Honestly, if they do, I'll just call it character in the silage. Adds charm. Down we go again. The final stretch. Trailer shaking just enough to remind me how alive this stuff really is. And there we are. Third load off. 15 grand if all goes well. Not bad for a day's work. With that out of the way, time for some contracts. First, Field 21, small, quick job. Then Field 49, a bigger one to wrap up November. Nothing beats the smell of fresh cut grass, and I have to say, I love every minute of it. That's 21 done. And a nice little payout to go with it. Now, the next job. Look at this field stretching out into the distance. Perfect conditions.
Just me, the tractor, and the grass. Doesn't get much better than this. And to finish it off with the evening sun and a nice big paycheck to boot. Lovely. December in Montana. Not much on the schedule this month. Just some light duties around the farm, maybe a bit of relaxing by the fire, a hot drink in hand, and enjoying the quiet. Perfect time to catch my breath before winter properly sets in. But of course, nothing stays quiet for long. Hey Walter, how can I help today?
Godric! Thank goodness! I'm in a proper mess. My combine driver's walked out, refuses to work the field, says it's too big, too difficult. I don't know, something about the corn hating him or him hating the corn.
That bad, huh?
Bad. Very bad. Field 35, 24.25 hectares of corn. I need someone to finish it. Quick. You'll get 60 grand if you can handle it.
60 grand? That's tempting. But that's massive. How long will it take?
Several days. I know it's huge, but it's either you or let the corn rot. Please, Godric.
All right, I'm in. I need the money, and luckily December's looking quiet. When do I start?
Right away if you can. Combine's in the barn next to the field. Keys in the header toolbox. Field's full of corn, so be careful with your turns and the header. I can't stress that enough.
Got it. Corn, combine, 60 grand. Let's do this.
You're a lifesaver, Godric. I'll check in if you need anything. Good luck.
Cheers, Walter. This is going to be a long few days. But 60 grand is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, I found the key. Let's hop in and get this beast turned on. All right, easy does it. Bit of a grunt. Wow, that's a proper machine. I feel like I should be wearing a suit of armor just to sit in this thing. Okay, easy now. Clear of the doorway, careful of the fence, and we're off. Over to the field. Oh, right. Let's familiarize ourselves. Pedals, levers, buttons everywhere. Feels like piloting a spaceship. This is massive, 24 hectares. That's like driving across a small country. Makes you realize just how much work goes into one crop. No wonder Walter's poor driver decided it was too much. I wonder how many kernels are in this field. Probably enough to feed a small army, or at least enough to make a ridiculous number of cornbreads. It's going to be a long stretch into the night to get this job done, but it's worth every second for 60 grand. The field's massive, the corn doesn't care about the time, and neither do I. Keep at it, stay steady, and by the end of it, I'll have a proper start to the new year. January, and the snow has fallen. I'm standing out in the now empty cornfield, the job done, 60 grand safely in the pocket. Not easy, but I got there. Now that I'm back at the farm, the snow has settled on the ground. First things first, the greenhouse. Plenty of produce ready to sell, looking nice and fresh despite the cold. I'd better check those chickens. They're louder than normal today. They've run out of wheat feed. Great. More running to the shop, more money leaving my pocket. But first, let's deal with the greenhouse haul. Trailer loaded, produce stacked, straps on tight. Off to the market stall at the entrance of the farm. Here we go. Perfect. And just like that, about 7.5 grand in the bank. Not bad for a morning's work. Time to make the long drive off to the farm shop. I've got the trailer and the pallet forks, and it is time to order that chicken feed. I think I'll get 4 pallets of it this time to save future trips and stock up a little. The chicken are multiplying every day, so we will need more sooner or later.
Hey! You surviving the snow all right? Any new adventures I should know about? Or am I safe to assume you're being responsible and not running off to buy a field tomorrow?
Ha ha ha, I'm surviving. Barely. But, well, I might be eyeing one of the nearby fields. Nothing confirmed. Don't get excited.
Ooh, a field, huh? Sounds expensive. You gonna need a loan for that, or are we talking secret billionaire savings?
Ha! I wish it were the secret billionaire savings. No, I may need a bit of help if it happens. And not just for the field itself. Think cultivator, seeder, combine, trailers. All the fancy toys that come with being a real farmer. Costs a fair bit, as you can imagine.
That's quite a list. Sounds like you'll be busy. And broke.
Busy, yes. Broke, probably. But worth it. You know me. I can't resist a good field. And hey, maybe one day you can come check out the Empire, see the fields, the tractors, the majestic chickens.
I'll hold you to that. Don't go spending all your money without talking to me first. Don't forget.
I'll try my best, but no guarantees. Talk to you later, Hope. Now, to unload the final pallet of chicken feed. The last few months have been something else. Cornfield finished, 60 grand in the pocket, silage sold, greenhouse produce moving nicely, and the chickens are finally happy. Looking ahead to 2028, I've got plans. Ideally, I'd like to stop relying on contracts, stop doing other people's work, and make money purely from my own farm. Silage, crops, produce, maybe even a proper shop on site one day. If I can get there, it'll be amazing. But how to do it? That's the tricky part. Fields to buy, machinery to pay for, crops to grow, markets to navigate. It's a big puzzle, and every decision costs money, time, or both. Still, if I can get it right, I could finally have the farm I've been dreaming of. One that's all mine, running smoothly, doing what I love, and maybe even leaving me a bit of spare cash for the occasional treat. Let's see what 2028 has in store for us. Right, so this here's Field 3, the one I've had my eye on for a while now. It's already got clover in it, which is brilliant because come April I could cut, bale and wrap it. Once it ferments into silage, that's a tidy little bonus income just sitting there waiting for me. This might just be the smartest field to start with. Now, if I'm serious about this whole barley idea Giles keeps going on about, I'm going to need a combine. Cheapest one I can find is this, the Massey Ferguson MF8570. Price tag, $105,000. And that's before I even buy the header. Not exactly pocket change. Then there's seeders. They're coming in at around 30 to 40 grand. Not too bad, but still a big bite out of the budget. And here, this is more like it. A John Deere 980 cultivator for just $9,500. Small, simple, does the job. That's the kind of price tag I like. Right, enough window shopping. Time to spruce this place up a bit. Bit of fencing here, gravel there. Tidy the place up so it actually looks like a farm and not a scrapyard. And 10 grand later, look at this place now. Gravel paths around the chickens and sheep. Fresh asphalt by the greenhouse. And a proper new parking spot by the shed for future tractors and kit. Even gave the porter cabin and farm stall a facelift. Starting to feel like a farm you'd actually want to visit, instead of a place you'd avoid unless you'd lost a bet. Still rough around the edges, but hey. Hello?
Daniel here from the Montana Hay Company.
Uh-oh, this can't be good.
Mr. Manston, we need to talk about your last silage delivery. Every single bale we checked had puncture holes. Punctures, that means air gets in, fermentation spoils, and the feed's ruined.
Oh, well that can't be good. Fermented fermentation.
This isn't a joke. If you want to sell to us again, every bale must be puncture-free, no exceptions. Otherwise, we won't take another load.
Right. Puncture-free bales. Got it. Out of curiosity, how many punctures are we talking? 1 or 2? Or like Swiss cheese?
Good day, Mr. Manston.
Touchy bunch, aren't they? Could have just asked me nicely to bring duct tape. Anyway, best do as I'm told. Bale grab purchased. Let's get this thing back to the farm and start loading up some bales. As it just so happens, I've got a fresh batch ready for Daniel at the hay company. And God forbid I make even a single scratch on the wrap this time, or they'll have me strung up like a scarecrow. Right, how hard can it be? Grab the bale, lift it up, pop it on the trailer. Easy. Except it turns out it's like trying to pick up a bar of soap with chopsticks. Oh, brilliant. First delivery and I'm already redecorating the farmyard with stray bales. Montana hay's gonna love that. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Precision engineering. Well, alright, it's a bit crooked, but compared to the last one, it's practically a work of art. Slowly but surely, I'm getting the hang of this. Soon I'll be loading these like a pro. Or at least not like a man wrestling a jellyfish. Right, all stacked, all strapped. And most importantly, not a puncture in sight. Time to head off to Montana Hay, keep Daniel happy, and keep the checks coming in. First load in nets me about 5,500. Not bad for a bit of glorified bale Tetris. Second round. Much smoother this time. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. And there it is. Another 5,500 in the account. And every bale puncture free. Daniel can sleep easy tonight. And so can I.
Well, would you look at that? A tidy little cedar on sale. Perfect size for me and only 25,000. That's 36% off. And now, the big one. Field 3. Mine at last. 124 grand gone in one click, leaving me with 12,500. Brilliant. I now own a field, but not much else. Still, look at it. Clover everywhere. This is going to pay off. I'd better call David now that I have his field. David, just bought your field. Thought I'd give you a ring. Any advice on what to do now?
Godric, I'm glad you took it off my hands. First step's soil sampling. You'll want to lease an Isaria Scout from the shop. Hooks right onto the back of your tractor. Take it out across the field, let it scan the soil, and it'll give you all the data you need. pH, nutrients, the works.
So, it's like a medical checkup, but for dirt.
Exactly. Do that first. Then you'll know how much lime and fertilizer to put in. Trust me, it'll save you money in the long run.
Right, science first, crops later. Got it. This farming lark's starting to feel like school again, except the homework's about mud.
You'll be fine, Godric. Just take your time. And hey, I'll be around if you need a hand.
Cheers, David. Right, here we go then. Soil sampling. All very high-tech, all very scientific. According to David, this is the first step to being a serious farmer. Personally, I thought step 1 was buy a field, but apparently, no. Step 1 is poking it with a robot. So you unfold the arms, drive to a nice spot, and then press the button. Easy. Oh, look at that. Straight into the ground, like the tractor's having a midnight snack. If I'm honest, it's a bit underwhelming. I was expecting sparks, flashing lights, maybe a bit of dramatic music. Instead, just a hole in the mud. And then you just keep doing this, over, and over, and over again. It's basically giving the field 100 little injections. And that's the last one. Job done. My field's now full of tiny holes and I've got a bag of dirt samples to show for it. Lovely. I'd better get these samples packed up and sent off to the lab. Now time to get this leased sampler returned to the shop It did a decent job for only 800 bucks. There we go. Sampler returned, and just in time, the results are in. And it's cost me $1,650. I was expecting at least a free pen, or maybe a mug that says NextGen Farmer. But no, just a bill.
Right, so here's the soil map. Fancy bit of kit, this. It tells me everything. pH levels, nitrogen, weed control, tillage, and soil sampling. Each one's a box to tick, and the more boxes I tick, the more profit I make. It's like a school report, but instead of maths and science, it's lime and fertilizer. If I get straight A's here, I'm rich. If not, well, back to chainsawing deadwood for pocket money. So from now on, we're farming for profit and for science.
Right, 2 bale wrapping contracts on the board, perfect. Easy money, quick jobs, kind of. And I get to play with the fancy wrapper again. Liam, what's up? I'm busy, I've got bales to wrap.
Hey, Godric, heard you've gone and bought yourself a new field. Which one did you end up picking?
Field 3, just bought it from David. Thought I'd see if I could turn it into something useful.
Field 3, huh? That's the one Giles mentioned, isn't it? Looked nice when he was talking about it. Lucky find, or did you just throw money at the screen?
Lucky find, definitely. Well, mostly luck. A bit of thinking, and a lot of hoping nothing falls apart.
Hoping nothing falls apart? Sounds familiar. So what's the plan with it then? More clover? Or are you thinking something bigger?
First things first. Get the soil sorted. Sampling, analysis, all that sciencey stuff. Can't just throw seeds in and hope for the best.
Science, eh? You really are getting serious about this now. I can just imagine you in a lab coat with a clipboard.
Don't tempt me. I'd look ridiculous. And besides, I've got bales to wrap, contracts to finish. Can't spend all day playing farmer scientist.
Right. Just checking. Don't want you accidentally turning it into a solar farm or something while I'm not watching.
Solar farm, ha! If only I had the money. No, the plan is simple. Take it slow. Do it right. Make the soil happy. Maybe some barley, and eventually turn a profit.
All right then. I'll let you get back to your bales. Try not to wrap yourself up in one of them while you're at it.
No promises, Liam. No promises. Catch you later.
Right, here we are at the shop. And would you look at this beauty? My very own second-hand cedar. 26,000 well spent. I've been saving for this moment, and finally, it's mine. All I need now is the cultivator to go with it. But that can wait until next month. So, one field, one cedar, and plenty of plans for the future. Slowly but surely, we're building this farm properly. Step by step, purchase by purchase. April's here, and first job, collecting all the wool the sheep have produced over the past year. Honestly, they've done a good job, I must say. Time to get it onto the trailer. Careful with the pallets, don't want them tumbling off. Off we go to the spinnery. Always feels good seeing this stuff leaving the farm, like it's going to a proper home. I'm imagining it turned into scarves or jumpers somewhere. The sheep would be proud. And, well, just under 4,000 for all that. Not exactly rolling in it, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Could do better, could do worse. Anyway, trailer empty, wool delivered, back to the farm. On to the next thing. Right, here we go. Field 3. Full of clover, nice and lush, absolutely begging to be cut. Let's get the mower out, start rolling, and see how much we can get. Oh, that's a nice stripe. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's see if we can make sense of all this green chaos. Keep going. Keep going. Row after row. Bale after bale. Honestly, it's a proper rhythm now. Mowing, baling, wrapping. Almost hypnotic. And would you look at this? 60 bales. 60. At 3,500 liters apiece, Selling for $120 per 1,000 liters, that's a lot of money. A lot. I might need a calculator to work it out.
Right, so we don't quite have enough money for that cultivator yet. Can't just twiddle our thumbs and hope the bank magically coughs up the cash. No. Better get some contracts squared away quickly. First up, a bale wrapping job for Katie. Always a pleasure working for her. Nice, tidy fields. Not too many surprises. Although I'm pretty sure she's watching me like a hawk, just in case I drop a bale or two. Can't have that. Then there's a fertilizing job for Ben. Bit more messy, bit more hands-on. Still, it pays. And that's the important bit. I just hope the sprayer behaves itself today. Last time it had a mind of its own, sprayed half the hedgerow, and I had to apologize to the neighbors. And another fertilizing job for Walter. He's easy enough to work for, just a straight field and no messing about. Fingers crossed the weather holds. A sudden shower and all my careful spreading goes straight out the window. Hopefully these jobs won't take too long. We've got a lot to fit into April. It's going to be a long month. I can feel it. There's still the cultivator to get, the barley to sow into our new field, and keeping all these machines running smoothly. At least the clover's out of the way and fermenting nicely. That's something I can tick off the list. Contracts, machinery, fields. Slowly, but surely, we're getting somewhere. So, the days go on. Bale wrapping, fertilizing, ticking off jobs, making a bit of cash. All to get one step closer to that cultivator, and a decent bit of cash spare, too. April's shaping up to be busy, but that's farming for you. Hard work, long hours, and a bit of chaos thrown in for fun.
All right. Brand new John Deere 980 cultivator, 9.5 grand. Oh, she's a beauty though. Look at that paint. Not a single dent, not a scratch. But hey, shiny new kit makes all the difference, right? Right then, hitch on, hydraulics down. Oh, that's a satisfying click. Field 3. You and me are going to get very well acquainted today. We've got to get you cultivated and barley in the ground before the end of April. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble. Time is ticking. Drop her in, throttle up, look at that soil turn. Nice, neat, tidy rows. Well, tidy-ish. First lap looks like I was driving home from the pub, but hey, who's checking? Oh. Hey David, you alright?
Better than you by the sound of it. Heard you've gone and splashed out on something new, eh? Brand new deer cultivator?
Yep, 9.5 grand, clean, shiny, not secondhand. I thought I'd treat myself.
Treat yourself? More like bankrupt yourself. That field will eat it alive, you'll see. Don't just skim it either. Really work the clover stubble in. Soil's heavy there, stubborn as an ox.
Oh, good. Just what I wanted. A backseat driver while I'm bouncing over lumps.
I know that field, Godric. Used to own it, remember? If you do it proper now, the barley will thank you later. Keep it shallow and you'll be redoing it come May.
All right. Deep and steady. I'll make sure it's not half done.
That's the way. And once you've got it seeded, don't forget, you'll need to sort the pH and nitrogen levels next month.
Ah, right. Yes. The soil's hungry, isn't it?
Hungry's one word for it. It'll chew up all your nutrients and spit out weeds if you let it. You'll need lime first, then fertilizer.
Well, limers aren't exactly cheap at the moment.
Don't buy one, you can borrow my limer. No sense wasting money when I've got one sat in the shed.
Now, that's the best thing I've heard all week. You might just save me from bankruptcy yet.
I'll add it to your tab. Right, I'll leave you to it. Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up, he says. Barley drilled in nice and even, then we're set. Clover's cut and wrapped, fermenting away. Contracts are squared. Just this field left, and we can breathe. April's been long. Feels like 3 months crammed into one. But once the soil's sorted and the crop's in, May should be all right. Just need to keep things ticking over. Well, here we are, May at last. Sunshine, birds chirping, and the farm's looking pretty good. Everything feels positive. Time to get stuck into a big month. Except, these tyres are completely bald. Properly worn down. Honestly, I'd get more grip farming on ice skates. That's not going to do. We'll have to sort this straight away. So off we go to the farm shop, and Nathan, he's the mechanic there, has a look and gets me sorted out with a fresh set. And thank goodness for that. The tractor feels solid again, grips properly. I can actually steer without sliding off into a hedge. Perfect. Right then, back to business. David said he's left his lime spreader at the entrance to the farm for me. Full of lime, ready to go. Honestly, what a good man. We're still tight on cash, so that's a massive help to get us going. Sure enough, there it is. Time to hitch it up and get ready for work. So let's get Field 3 limed. Couldn't ask for more, really. Spreading away now. Clouds of lime dust everywhere. Looks a bit like a snowstorm in May, but it's doing the trick. Nice, even coat across the soil. Just what we need. Oh, there goes the phone.
Hey, Godric. How's the liming coming along?
Going brilliantly, thanks to you. Couldn't be happier, mate. Honestly, lifesaver. Appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Just wanted to give you a leg up while you're still getting the farm rolling.
Well, I'll mention it anyway. It's bloody brilliant. I owe you one. Next year, I'll return the favor. Might even throw in a sheep.
You won't forget, once the lime's down, you'll want to get the fertilizer on. Keep the balance right.
Already on the list. Thanks again, David. You've saved my bacon this month. Field's looking good now. White dust all across it, ready for the next step. All right. Time to get this fertilizer on. Field's all limed up, looking sharp. So, next step, nitrogen. Brilliant. Tank's nearly empty. Barely enough to do a corner, let alone a whole field. Another trip to the shop we go. Story of my life. Farm half an hour away, and me spending most of my time on the road. Might as well start a trucking company. Anyway, 3 pallet loads should do it. Just under $6,000. But that ought to see us through. Let's get to work. Lovely. Look at that. Straight out the back. Nice, even coverage. Soil map app on the tablets lighting up like Christmas. Red patches turning orange. Orange to green. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Like filling in the last square of a crossword. Nitrogen levels looking spot on. All going to plan. Hold on. Wait a second. Why's nothing coming out? No fertilizer. Still driving, but the spreader's gone quiet. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yep, completely blocked. Not even a trickle. Stuck tighter than jam in a jar that's been in the fridge since 1998. Let's get the phone out and call the mechanic. Nathan, it's Godric. Got a bit of an issue. Fertilizer spreader's packed in. Completely blocked. Any chance you can swing by?
Mate, I'm absolutely flat out. Everyone's planting this month. Half the county's gear is breaking down at once. I'll try to pop down in a week or so, but no promises sooner.
Right. Fair enough, Nathan. Knew May was going to be mad. Appreciate it whenever you can. Guess Field 3 will have to sit tight a bit longer. Thanks anyway, mate.
No worries. I'll let you know once I've popped down and sorted it for you. Bye.
Still plenty to be getting on with. And speaking of which, next on the list, a weeder. $6,000 on hire purchase from the shop. Not ideal, but cheaper than letting weeds take over and cost me double later. Off we go again then. All right, here we are again. Field 3, weeds everywhere. Let's give this new weeder a spin. Look at that, it's actually working. Medium weeds gone. Whole strips of the field suddenly looking respectable, like it's had a proper haircut. Of course, there's always a few stubborn little blighters left behind, the tiny weeds too low for the machine to bother with. Annoying, yes, but we'll call it character. Adds a bit of rustic charm. Close enough for government work, I'd say. Now that's all squared away, this Barley should be pretty happy. I just hope the mechanic can pop down sooner rather than later, so I can finish getting the nitrogen levels sorted. Right, quick stop at the farm stall. Unload all this fresh produce and off we go. And would you look at that? The locals are loving it. Every time I turn around, it's selling out faster than I can bag it. Easy $4,200 for a little morning's work. Not bad at all. Now, the sheep. Can't leave them hanging, so let's load up this trailer with some of these hay bales. Honestly, can't believe I still have so many left from the first cut of the meadow. Thought they'd have demolished the lot by now, but apparently they're pacing themselves. Only about 30 sheep anyway, so not too bad. Right, that's them fed. Let's get their water topped up. Can't have thirsty sheep, can we? While we're at it, top up the greenhouse too. Everything deserves a good drink. There we go. That should keep everyone happy and healthy for now. Always funny. Plants look at you like, finally, about time. There we go. A nice, full drink for everyone. Can't have wilted tomatoes complaining at me, can we? Perfect. That should keep them happy for a while. One last job for May. David's ringing me up asking for a bit of help mowing field 64. $9,721 in it for me. And honestly, can you say no? Especially after how generous he's been lately. So, off we go. Tractor fired up, mower hooked on, and away we go across the field. Easy enough work, but satisfying all the same. And there we go, last strip done. May's in the books, field's looking pristine. June's just around the corner, and I've got a feeling it's going to be a busy one. All right, looking at the flock, and I've made up my mind. Time to take a few of these sheep to the market, see what they're worth. Only the ones that are 20 months or older for now. That should get most of my money back. Trailer hitched, sheep rounded up. 8 in total. Bit of a pang seeing them go, really. They've been good company. But this is a business, not a petting zoo. Time to make a profit. I can't help thinking, what else could I add? Cows, maybe? Big noisy things, probably expensive. But milk money sounds tempting. Horses? Could sell for good money, but I have no idea how to look after horse, let alone feed them. Pigs? Could be fun, could be messy. Off we go down to the market. Hopefully Floyd will see the quality here. Morning, Floyd. Got some sheep for you today.
Morning, Godric. Let's have a look then.
8 of the best ones. All healthy, well looked after.
I'll give you $7,370 for the lot. Sound fair?
Perfect. That'll cover most of what I spent on them. Pleasure doing business with you, Floyd.
Don't mention it. Got 4 young ones here. Really good quality. I can do them for $1,319.
Brilliant. I'll take them. Can't pass up good quality stock. Thanks, Floyd.
No worries, Godric.
Back to the farm we go, with the 4 new sheepy arrivals. Hope they settle in well. Might have to turn this small pen into a proper breeding pen soon, and eventually expand into a bigger sheep paddock as the flock size grows. For now, they're all settled, happy enough, and I can focus on the next job. Right then, time to get back to the meadow. Mow, row, bale, and wrap. The usual chaos. Gotta keep that grass down and bales fermenting nicely, and make sure they're perfect. Every bale counts. Every liter of silage adds up. It's a bit of hard work, but there's something satisfying about seeing the field transform. A meadow full of bales, ready to cart off to the hay company. Money slowly coming in. Silage done right. Profit done right. And the farm keeps ticking along.
Time to finish off another month with another 3 contracts. Good thing Nathan popped by yesterday and sorted the fertilizer for me, so it is all working now, otherwise I'd be screwed. Need to get our funds up before harvest time. Can't be leaving the farm short when everything hits at once. All fertilizing jobs. One for Walter, one for Katie, and one for Noah. Should keep me busy for a while. But every job is money in the pocket, and that's the name of the game. All right, let's make a start. And while I'm at it, might as well give Giles a call. Haven't chatted in a while, and he's usually got some thoughts on what I can do to improve the farm. Hello, Giles. How's it going?
Oi, Godric. Finally. I was wondering when you'd call. I heard you've been busy buying that new field. Field 3, right? How's that going?
Yeah, picked it up after our last phone call. Barley's all in, growing nicely. And I've purchased a new cultivator and got a seeder sorted. Been running round with contracts as well, trying to get the cash ready for barley harvest next month. Busy, but fun.
Ah, classic. And what about the sheep situation? Any new additions since the last time we spoke?
Funny you should ask. Just picked up 4 young ones from Floyd. New flock, expanding slowly. Got the older ones off to the market, made a tidy sum. And these new ones should do well. Thinking ahead, might need to expand the paddock and maybe even start thinking about breeding in the near future. Sheep are good, but there's always room for more chaos, right?
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. And how's Field 3 shaping up with the barley? You've got everything squared away with the nitrogen and pH levels.
Yep, been liming and fertilizing, though had a bit of drama with the fertilizer spreader being blocked. Called Nathan, the mechanic. He just sorted it out yesterday, so I've been doing other jobs in the meantime, prepping the field and checking soil levels. Got David giving me advice on nitrogen and pH too, which has been really helpful. Can't afford mistakes at this point, with harvest coming up.
Anyway, sounds like you've got everything under control. As much as anyone can with you.
Cheers for the chat and advice.
Here we are then, back at Field 3 with the remaining fertilizer and a plan. Finally time to get these nitrogen levels back on track. You'll notice I've had thin tires put on the tractor. Very fancy. And just look at that soil map now. Perfect nitrogen levels, exactly where we want it. Oh, that is satisfying. Right, job done. And on to July we go. July is here, the sun's out, and just look at that barley in Field 3. Nearly full grown now, standing tall, swaying in the breeze. Beautiful stuff. Healthy, happy, and just a couple of weeks away from harvest. That's the kind of sight that makes all the headaches worth it. Now, over here, the mountain of wrapped bales. 60, maybe 70 of them. All fermented, all ready to head off to Montana hay. Problem is, I really don't fancy making 100 tiny trips with my little trailer and bale grab. No, it's time for an upgrade. First stop though, let's deal with this old tedder. Honestly, I've barely used the thing, and it's just sitting there collecting dust. May as well turn it into cash. That's $4,300 in the pocket. Can't complain about that. And with that, I can finally put some money towards the trailer. Got it extended up to an 8-meter height. Proper upgrade. That way, I can actually haul grain when the barley comes in next month. Cost me $3,000, but that's an investment if I've ever seen one. Right then, back to the farm, with a little more cash in the bank
and a trailer that's finally fit for purpose. Back at the farm, trailer parked up. Time for the next step. Forks on the front and straight back down to the shop. Because today's a big one. We're talking about a serious upgrade. The Anderson RBM 2000. Of course, there's a small catch. It costs 50 grand. Do I have $50,000? Absolutely not. I do have the power of bad financial decisions. Hire purchase it is. Option 3 looks good. 10% down, 4% interest, 3 grand a month. Painful, yes, but manageable. Especially with the farmland loan nearly gone in 6 months. And there we go. Deal signed, trailer hitched. I am now the proud, slightly indebted owner of a bale scooping monster. Honestly, this is going to save me so much time. Back to the farm we go, ready to start gobbling up that mountain of silage bales. Now this isn't just a trailer, this is the holy grail of bale hauling. Automatically scoops them up, 24 round bales in one go. No fiddling about, no bales rolling off into the ditch. Just load, lock, and go. Right then, time to give this shiny new trailer its first proper test. Look at that. Easy grab, bale up, and watch this thing just gobble it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. After all the faffing about with that bale grab, this is like going from a wheelbarrow to a Ferrari. Sit back, relax, and let the trailer do the work. Straight as soldiers on parade. By the time this thing's full, I'll wonder why I didn't buy it sooner. Well, apart from the whole not having 50 grand thing, but still. And here we are. Montana Hay Company, round 1. Hit the unload, step back, and there they go. 24 silage bales, lined up like fat little white marshmallows. And the reward? Just over $10,000. 10 grand! For a bit of grass, driving and pressing buttons. Yes, please. Right, round 2. Straight into the pile, scooping them up. This is almost therapeutic now. Honestly, I could do this all day, load after load, and the trailer never complains. Back down the road we go, another drop-off, and there's another 10 grand in the pocket. Oh, there goes the phone. Liam!
All right, mate. Just thought I'd check in. How's things going over there?
Not bad at all, actually. Field's looking good, bales are flying out the door, and I've got myself a shiny new trailer. Living the dream. What about you? What are you up to?
Oh, you know, this and that. Keeping busy. Just thought I'd see how the Montana life's treating you.
Yeah, well, it's been full on. Debt, tractors, sheep, the usual chaos. Hold on a second. What's that noise? That sounds like an airport.
Ha! What? Nah, don't worry about it.
No, seriously, I just heard it. Flight something something now boarding. What are you up to?
Oh, nothing you need to worry about, mate. Just errands. Yeah, errands.
Errands at Heathrow with a suitcase in hand, by the sound of it. Liam, what's going on?
Listen, I've got to go. But, let's just say, keep an eye out. Big surprises ahead.
Liam, wait! Here she is, the biggest purchase I've ever made, and probably the stupidest. A brand new Massey combine. Listen to that. That's not just an engine, that's the sound of debt collecting interest. But still, she's mine. And if she can get this barley out of the ground without exploding, maybe, just maybe, she'll pay for herself. Hang on, who the hell's driving my tractor? Hello?
All right, mate. Need a hand with that barley?
No, it can't be. Don't tell me that's you in my tractor.
Surprise! Flew in from the UK. Thought I'd show you how it's done.
You absolute legend! I can't believe this. What are you even doing here?
Month off work, mate. Figured I'd spend August keeping you out of trouble. Or at least trying.
Liam, grab the walkie-talkie. It's in the toolbox, right-hand side of the cab. We can use those instead of calling.
Testing, testing. Farmer Liam reporting for duty. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Much better. Right, so, small problem. I don't actually have a silo on the farm. Couldn't afford one this year.
Of course you don't.
So, you'll need to run the barley straight down to Agricor in town, just down the road. Dump it there and swing back for the next load.
All right, leave it with me. I'll get this dropped off and be back before you've filled half the trailer. Keep that toy combine running.
Oi, less of the toy combine. She's all we've got.
Mate, I've got to say, Montana is unreal. These fields go on forever.
Tell me about it. Sometimes I still can't believe this is my life. A farm in the middle of Montana. Question is, where do I take it from here?
Well, judging by the size of this place, you're gonna need more than just me for a month.
Funny you should say that. I've actually been thinking about hiring someone full-time. Having you here makes me realize just how much more efficient this could be.
Yeah, but if you hire help, you've got to pay them.
Plus, I'd need another tractor just to keep them busy.
Exactly.
And that's it. First barley harvest done. Cost me a fortune. Nearly gave me a heart attack. But look at it. Every acre cut. Well, cheers, mate. Couldn't have asked for a better harvest partner. Don't think I'd have managed it without you.
Managed? You'd still be on the first row if I hadn't shown up.
Probably true. Still, it's been brilliant having you here. Farm actually felt like a proper operation for once.
Yeah, I'll admit, I've loved it. Hard graft, but Montana's something else. Beats the UK rain any day.
Oi, you brought the rain with you. But seriously, I hope you come back again soon. Farm won't be the same without you.
I'll see what I can do. I'm sure I'll be back. Just make sure you've got a second tractor waiting for me.
Deal. Safe trip home, mate.
See you next time, farmer boy.
August done and dusted. Liam was brilliant, don't get me wrong, but that was only temporary. These silage bales are just about ready to go. Love this trailer, already making that job 10 times easier. Now that the barley's harvested, I can finally take the extension off the trailer, back to a flatbed. Perfect for the pallets from the greenhouse veggies and the sheep wool. One day, I'll have someone else to help with this, but for now, it's all me. Small square bales, tiny, but they'll keep the flock happy. It's funny, spending all this time lugging feed, moving pallets. You realize how much of running a farm isn't just tractors and fields. It's hours of grunt work, keeping the animals fed, and hoping nothing collapses on you while you're at it. Still, there's something satisfying about it. Look at them, waiting for breakfast, tails wagging, ears twitching. Makes the backache worth it. Every bale in place, every sheep fed. One step closer to getting this farm running like it should. Maybe I should put out a job advert in the local paper, or on TikTok, whatever the kids use nowadays. Then, I won't have to do everything myself. But for now, it's just me and my farm. And look at that. Silage sold. Nice chunk of cash in the bank. 12 grand richer, just like that. Feels almost like free money. Well, apart from the backache and the tractor fuel, obviously. Right, now we've got all this leftover straw from the barley field. Could just leave it there, or we could make a little more cash, which, as you know, I'm always in favor of. So, first up, windrowing. Got to line it up neat and tidy for the baler, pack it together so nothing gets lost, and catch any rogue bits that have gone wandering across the field. If this works, we'll turn a load of barley byproduct into real money. The barley harvest itself Didn't net much profit at all either, only about 15 grand. And let's be honest, we need all the money we can get. Right, time to bale. Little round beauties, small, manageable, and hopefully valuable. Every bale is basically money in straw form. I swear, this baler's probably the best investment I've made. All right, trailer attached. Time to get those bales loaded. And now the final step, turning straw into actual money. Montana Hay doesn't know it yet, but they're about to get a proper delivery. The best bit? Already have the trailer. Already have the baler. Basically free cash, aside from the fuel and minor risk of losing a few bales down the road. Every bale we sell puts a little more back in the bank.
Right, first things first, Noah's Meadow. If I get this done properly, it's a nice little payday. 17 grand just for cutting some grass. And doing it without tipping over the tractor. Easy money, hopefully. All right now, time to sort my own meadow. Mow, row, bale, and wrap, here we go. I think I should call Hope and get some advice on my next steps. Hey Hope, got a minute? I'm thinking about adding a new tractor and maybe hiring someone soon. I've still got the header and the trailer on hire purchase, but I reckon a second tractor will make things a lot easier.
All right, sounds ambitious. But okay, adding a tractor could work. Just make sure the hire purchase won't cripple you if everything hits at once.
Yeah, I know. I've got a few months left on the current loan, but I've crunched the numbers. I'm confident I can manage it. And I'm also thinking about a new farmland loan, 200,000. Field 2's up for grabs for 180,000.
Field 2 could be a good investment. You've got the space, the workflow, and the machinery. Just remember, once the hire purchases and loan payments stack up, make sure you can cover everything without risking the farm.
Trust me, Hope. I've been through worse. A couple of tractors, a loan, and a new field. Piece of cake. Nothing can stop me now.
Famous last words, Godric.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All right, time to look at some potential employees. Who's going to be my right-hand man or woman on this farm? First up, Todd. 17 years old, fresh out of school, absolutely buzzing to get stuck in, but clumsy as anything. Cheap as chips though, 30 grand a year. Then there's Harold. 55, old school farmer. Been doing this longer than I've been alive. Calm, reliable, a bit grumpy, but he knows his stuff inside out. But 80 grand a year. He's the Rolls-Royce of workers. Expensive, but gets the job done. Next is Sophie, 24. Grew up on a family farm. Knows her way around most machines. Friendly, motivated, and adaptable. 45 grand a year. Good balance. Solid choice. And finally, Grace. 38, ex-contractor, tough as nails, but dependable. 60 grand a year. Not cheap, but if I need a job done right, she's the one. Especially for the complex stuff. All right, October's here. Employees still undecided, farm debt still terrifying, but at least the barley field's done. Time to get this cultivator hitched and see what's next. Nothing like a bit of cultivation to make a field look productive, and to convince the bank I know what I'm doing.
Hey Godric, saw the barley field was cleared. Best thing you can do right now is plant oilseed radish as a cover crop. Deep tap roots, breaks up compaction, improves soil health. Long term, it's a winner.
Oilseed radish. Right. Sounds fancy, like something I'd only ever see in a cooking show. But soil compaction, yes, important. All right, I'm listening.
Exactly. And once that's in, what are you thinking for the next crop?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. Barley did okay, but profit, meh. Thinking maybe I could get a second loan, buy field 2, and have 2 fields ready for next year. Could be a chance to actually make some proper money.
Not a bad plan. More land, more flexibility. If you go that route, you can plant something that your new combine can handle. Oats, wheat, barley again, soybeans, or canola.
Oats, eh? Could feed horses if I decide to invest in those. Wheat's always solid, barley's the usual. Soybeans or canola, bit of a gamble, right?
Depends what you want. Oats for horses, wheat for cash, barley for consistency. Canola or soybeans could fetch good prices, but they need careful handling. Whatever you choose, having 2 fields gives you options.
I like options. Nothing beats having 2 fields to fiddle with. And maybe, just maybe, another loan won't kill me.
Don't worry, Godric. You've survived worse. Just make sure the numbers stack up. And if you need a second opinion on crops or equipment, give me a shout.
Will do. Cheers, David. Well, I think it's time these chickens go. Had 'em what, 2 years now? And they've barely managed half a pallet of eggs. I've spent more money feeding them than they've ever made me back. It's like running a charity for poultry. So that's it. I'll sell the lot. The eggs, the feed, the pen. Free up some space for the next big venture. What should we put here, I wonder? Sheep expansion? Maybe cows? Or something completely mad? Either way, chickens, you're fired. First stop, the farm stall. Eggs, a whopping $1,000 worth. Not exactly golden eggs, are they? Next, Agricor. Let's get this chicken feed off the books. $800 for the lot. Better in my bank than rotting in the bin. And finally, the chicken pen itself. Sold for $4,500. Not bad for some used fencing. Back to the farm we go. Right. Looks like we've got a good batch of produce ready for the market stall. Let's get this lot loaded, carefully. Strapped down and packed into the stall, ready to sell. And here we are. Fresh, local, organic-ish. Straight from Montana's finest. $4,000 in the pocket. Not bad at all. So, what goes here now? Horses? Pigs? More sheep? Maybe even cows? The possibilities are endless. Shame the bank balance isn't. At least you lot are paying your way. Simple, dependable, fluffy little moneymakers. Maybe I should just stick with sheep. Or maybe it's time for something bigger. A walk down to the farm shop. Because I want a new tractor. A nice tractor. A big tractor. But which make? Which model? That's the mystery. Once we've got this sorted, we can hire someone in and finally run this farm with 2 pairs of hands instead of 1. The future's coming. One big tractor at a time. Behold, the Massey Ferguson MF7S, 155 horsepower, engine upgrade to over 200, 3-point front linkage, front loader attachable, and yes, a price tag of $155,000. But don't worry, she's mine. Look at this interior. Leather seats, everything in place. Oh yes, 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 it's mine. Nothing beats a brand new tractor. Months and years of hard work. Hire purchase? Sure. 15% deposit. $8,000 a month at 4% interest. 1-year plan. With a final payment of $46,000. Maths aside, this is a beauty. Welcome to the farm, MF7S. Let's make some magic. Now, time to make a quick stop at the bank. I need to meet with Hope and get myself another farmland loan. We'll call it an investment.
Godric, it's always good to see you. You've been busy. So about this loan you mentioned, $200,000 over a 2-year period, 3.7% interest. That'll be $8,800 a month in repayments.
Yep, it's a lot. But this farm isn't going to grow by standing still. Sometimes you've got to take a leap. And here she is. Field 2. $187,000. All right, we need to lease that soil analyzer thing again from the shop. Here we are. Perfect. Let's get this back to the farm and take a look at this field. 84% loam, 118% yield potential, 2.88 hectares. Not bad at all. Nice size for another crop. Question is, what do we plant? Barley? Wheat? Something a bit more ambitious? Let's get analyzing. This field's a bit bigger than Field 3, so it'll take me some time to get all the samples collected. Bit of back and forth, a lot of stops, but it's worth it. We'll get a full breakdown of the pH, nitrogen, and texture before we even think about planting. That way, we know exactly what inputs we're dealing with, and hopefully keep costs down. All right, sampler done and dusted. Back to the shop. Return it, and that's another job ticked off the list. Nice and easy. Now then, time to decide who's going to join me on the farm. We had some great applicants, but I think I know who I want to call. Grace. She's got the experience, the focus, and, let's be honest, probably the attitude to keep me in line. Solid experience, dependable track record. She's the one. Hi, Grace. It's Godric here. I've gone through all the applications, and I'd like to offer you the job, if you're still interested.
Of course I'm interested. Thank you, Godric. I was hoping to hear from you. I think I can be a real asset to your farm.
Well, I've no doubt about that. You've got the right experience, and I like your focus. So how soon could you start?
I can be ready first thing tomorrow morning if that works for you.
Perfect. I'll see you on the farm bright and early then. Looking forward to working together, Grace.
Same here. Thank you for the opportunity, Godric. I won't let you down.
Grace's first day has arrived. I've given her the grand tour of the farm, showed her the sheds, the sheep, the machinery, and now it's time to put her straight to work. No gentle easing in here. She's off on a bale wrapping contract over at Field 17. You all right in there, Grace? That tractor's got more squeaks than a barn full of mice.
Don't worry, boss. I've handled worse. As long as it wraps bales, I'll get the job done.
That's what I like to hear. Just take it steady, and remember, if it rattles too much, that's normal. If it stops rattling, that's when you panic.
Understood. Field 17. Bales wrapped. Consider it done.
Right then, she's off earning her keep. What do I do now? I suppose it's time for me to put this shiny new beast to work and crack on with the jobs around here. Let's grab these silage bales before they start wandering off. Not that they can walk, but, you know, a man can dream. Honestly, this new tractor is a dream. Smooth, powerful, not a squeak in sight. Well, except when I hit a bump, then it squeaks like an old pub chair. While I'm at it, thinking ahead, that new field next door, Field 2, might be perfect for oats. Simple, reliable, and I can feed any future horses. Speaking of which, Grace could take the cultivator over there tomorrow, give it a bit of a tidy up. I might even get a small stable going. Nothing fancy, just a few horses for work and a bit of fun. Could be interesting, or a complete disaster. Time will tell. Grace, how are you getting on over there?
All good, Godric. Wrapping's going smoothly. No bales escaping so far, and I've got a nice rhythm going.
Excellent. Sounds like you've got it under control.
Don't worry, I've definitely got it under control. Field 17 will be spotless before you know it.
All right, meadows mowed. Now for the fun part, windrowing. Got to get everything lined up neat for the baler, otherwise it's a nightmare. Looks like it's going to take some patience and precision. And oh yeah, don't forget Grace's pay. $5,000 a month from now on. Can't be forgetting that.
Boss, Field 17's wrapped up. I'm heading back to the farm now.
Perfect timing, Grace. I'm out here rowing up the grass in the meadow. Once you've put the wrapper away, can you hitch up the baler and start picking these up?
All right, boss. Don't think I'm letting you slack while I do all the work. I'll get the baler ready, and maybe you can try not to crash that shiny new tractor of yours while I'm gone.
Hey now, this tractor's practically perfect. Don't you start doubting it. Look at this. Grace over there with the baler, me here windrowing, jobs getting done twice as fast. 2 of us working at once. Honestly, it's like the farm's running on double speed, and I barely have to lift a finger. Well, okay, I do have to drive the tractor, but you get the idea. Makes you wonder how I ever managed alone. Probably a lot of sweating, swearing, and accidentally running over a few plants. Not today, though. Today it's smooth sailing. Might even have time for a proper cup of tea later. If only every day on the farm could be this efficient, or at least this fun. All right, bales are all wrapped and stacked, nice and neat. Grace is busy making sure the sheep and the plants are getting enough water. Very responsible of her, I might add. Meanwhile, I'm off to get these sheep some hay. Gotta keep everyone happy, or there'll be a riot in the pen. And speaking of the pen, wow, they're eating a lot more lately, and it's starting to feel a bit crowded in there. Looks like I might need to think about expanding when we've got a bit more cash in the bank. Can't have grumpy, hungry sheep. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Still, it's nice seeing them all healthy and content. It makes all the chaos worth it. December's here, and so's the debt. Down 13.5 grand, and now I've got to pay Grace, make that 18.5 grand. Blimey. I knew this would happen, with winter contracts being thin, and these sheep aren't looking too healthy. Fingers crossed they pull through. Can't afford any disasters right now. Unbelievable. Finally buy a brand new tractor, and then the next model up, the Massey MF8S, goes on sale a month later. 41% off for 114 grand. And the AgroStar for only 40k. Typical. Could have saved a fortune, but hey, that's farm life for you. All right, focus. Need to make some money this month to claw out of debt. 16.3 grand a month for the farmland loan, 14 grand a month for 4 hire purchases. Time to get busy. Grace, it's time. Field 2 needs a proper cultivating. Think you're up for it?
Absolutely, boss. Cultivator's ready. Tractor's warmed up. I'm keen. Let's get it done.
See her go. Bright as a button. Always in good spirits. Honestly, it's a relief having someone I can trust out there.
Boss, Field 2's fully cultivated. What's next?
Perfect timing. Well, let's fertilize both fields 2 and 3. Doesn't look like there's much else to do this month, so might as well get it sorted.
Got it, boss. I'll handle both fields. Don't worry. They'll be looking lovely in no time.
2 jobs in motion. Things are looking good, even with the winter gloom.
Hello, Godric. Just checking in. How's everything on the farm? How's the debt holding up this month?
Hey, Hope. Well, it's tight, as usual. Winter's slow, but I've got a plan. I've hired someone to help. Grace. She's brilliant. Keeps things moving while I tackle other jobs.
Grace, huh? Sounds like she's keeping you busy. And dare I say, maybe distracting you a little?
Distracting? Only in the best way. She's very capable. Though I admit, I do enjoy having someone around who knows what they're doing. Keeps me on my toes.
Well, that's good to hear. Just make sure you're not letting her do all the fun stuff while you're stuck with the boring bits.
Don't worry, Hope. I'll make sure to share the excitement. Though I might need a partner in crime for the more thrilling parts of the farm too.
Godric! I swear, you just have to keep things interesting, don't you?
Always. Don't worry, Hope. Everything's manageable. We'll make it through this month. Debts, winter, and all. You just keep an eye on me, okay?
Of course. I'll be keeping an eye. Make sure you don't get into too much trouble.
Thanks, Hope. Talk soon. And don't worry, I'll behave. Mostly. And just like that, another month, another year comes to an end. December is over. The fields are prepped for sowing. What will the new year hold for us? Guess we're about to find out. January, though, it hasn't exactly started well. I'm 28 grand in debt already. And those silage bales, nowhere near fermented enough to sell. The greenhouse produce is still growing too, so no income there. And the sheep, well, there are far too many for this small paddock. Might need to think about selling a few of the older ones back to Floyd, just to get some cash coming in. But before I start bartering sheep, let's check the contract board. Cultivating, of course. Hang on. I'm paying Grace either way, aren't I? May as well send her out there for a day or two. Oh, hang on a second. Grace never actually got the money from Noah for that bale wrapping job. 17 grand we forgot we had. That's a relief. No one's fault, really. It's my responsibility at the end of the day. Grace, you busy? I've got an 8-hectare cultivation job over at Noah's place. Field 83.
8 hectares with that tiny cultivator, boss?
You know you're the best person for the job.
All right, I'll do it. I'll take my time, but I'll do it. Someone's got to keep this farm moving.
Ah, she's a gem, that one. Always gets stuck in without fuss. Now, time to wrangle up some of the older sheep into the trailer and pay Floyd a visit. Can't feel bad about it. It's just part of farming. Sheep are bred for wool, for meat. It's the circle of life. Besides, nothing wrong with a few delicious lamb chops on the dinner table. Still, I'll miss the old girls. 8 sheep, eh? I'll give you 8 grand for the lot. Done. Always a pleasure doing business with you, Floyd. Grace, how's my superstar cultivator getting on?
Superstar. More like slave driver. This field is enormous, and that cultivator is about the size of a toothbrush.
Well, I'm just nearby, so if you want, I can hop in and finish it off for you.
Ha! Sure you can. You'd be here till next Christmas. Best leave it to me, boss.
I won't argue. All right, I'll leave you to it. You're doing grand. Right then, back at the farm at last. Let's get this animal trailer unhitched. There we go. And now hook up the old flatbed. Honestly, this trailer's tiny. Might be time for an upgrade soon. Feels like I spend half my life making extra trips. A few crates of veg ready to go from the greenhouse. Not a fortune, but every little bit helps. And you know what? I'm feeling good about this. Yes, I'm buried under a mountain of debt, but somehow, I've survived winter. Barely, but I'm still here. And spring, summer, they should bring in proper income, especially now that Grace is around. She's worth her weight in gold, that one. Produce dropped off, a few more dollars in the pocket. Now, let's get some small square bales loaded up for the sheep. They've been chomping through feed like mad lately. Best keep them happy. Grumpy sheep are never fun. There we go. Plenty for you lot to chew on.
Boss, just wrapped up cultivating field 83. That's me done for the day. And I think I've earned a day off tomorrow.
Ha! A day off already, but fair enough. You've earned it.
Try not to break anything while I'm gone.
You go get some rest. And thanks for your help. So that's January done. Another month, another step forward. We've made it through the hardest bit. And the future, well, it's promising. Well, here we are. February 2028. Debt's only 6 grand down, which in my world is basically profit. Things are looking up. Right, let's start with the sheep. Wool's coming along nicely. Should be a good haul to sell in April. Not long now, you woolly wonders. Not long now. Grace, you there?
Yep, just hitched the lime spreader, boss. Headed out to field 2 now.
Good lass. Thank goodness David let us borrow his lime spreader again. Right. Silage bales. Big, heavy, awkward sausages. Time to load them up, strap them down, and drag 'em off to Montana hay. Always feels like I'm hauling a load of compressed lawn cuttings. But hey, this is what pays the bills. Look at this. Grace spreading lime. Me trundling along with a lorry load of grass, wrapped tighter than my jeans after Christmas dinner. All right then, let's see what these beauties fetch. First load. Ho ho, 11 grand. That'll do nicely.
You know, it still amazes me how people will pay that sort of money for grass in a plastic jacket. But hey, I'm not complaining. Keeps the lights on, pays Grace, and maybe even leaves me enough for a cheeky beer later. Of course, by the time the bank takes their slice, I'll probably be lucky if I can afford a packet of crisps. Farming, eh? Madness. But beautiful madness. And these last 3 bales, another 1,300. Not bad for grass I shoved through a wrapper. Not bad, not bad. Might even stretch to a takeaway pizza tonight. Trailer dropped off. Let's check on Grace's work. Lovely job, Grace. Fields looking chalky white and absolutely fabulous. Right, let's shift on. Nothing like a tidy field to make the yard feel ready for action. Trailer's waiting, crates need strapping, and I've got Grace's tractor humming in the background. Trailer on, greenhouse harvest ready. Grace has the trailer loaded up. I'll strap this lot down and haul it to the stall. All set to go, trailer humming, crate snug, and me thinking how much easier life is now that Grace has got the hang of the yard. Just hope I don't forget anything. Not bad at all. Decent profit this month. Needed 22,000 to cover debts. And what do you know? 22.5 grand in the pocket. For once, I'm ahead of the game. New month, same farm. March is here. And after paying off the wolves at the bank, I've got $600 left. Still, better than being in the red. Grace, fancy a contract? Field 1 needs fertilizing. Off you pop.
On it, boss. Spread the good word and the good fert.
Right. Cedar hooked. Time to plant oats in field 2. Oats. Horses love it. Markets love it. And I'll love it if it makes me money. And I'm just thinking, if these oats grow half as well as I hope, field 2 might finally start paying its way. Look at her go. Like she was born in that tractor. Grace, how's field 1?
Nearly done. You keeping out of trouble?
Me? Never. Just out here, seeding like a professional. All right, time for cultivation over in field 3. I'll hitch the seeder again, but let's get some expert advice. David.
Hey, Godric.
What do you reckon I should plant in field 3? Barley did well last year, but not much profit.
How about alfalfa? You've already got the silage kit. It's high yield, multiple cuts, steady money.
Alfalfa it is. Off to the shop for seed. Cheers, David. Right then. Seed bought, bags loaded, and I'm thinking about how nice it'll be to see this alfalfa sprout. Not too fast, mind, or I'll be back here every 5 minutes, worrying if it's growing straight. Better get planting before Grace finishes half the field without me noticing. Grace up front, cultivating. Me right behind, seeding. This is teamwork.
Try and keep up back there.
Oh, don't you worry. This tractor's got more horsepower than you've got sass.
You still out there, Godric? I finished half an hour ago. Didn't think you'd still be faffing about.
Don't rush perfection, Grace. Just making sure these seeds are cozy and happy before I call it a day. Couple of jobs to keep us ticking. Grace, off you trot to field 26, cultivation duty, and I'll take field 59, bit of hoeing. Perfect.
Sounds like a plan, boss man. Hey, that rhymed.
Boss man? Huh, that's a new one. Liam, haven't heard from you since August.
Yeah, Work's been mad. How's the farm? Still a glorious mess?
Trust me, it's chaos and beauty all rolled into one. I tell you, if you'd been here, I'd have put you straight on the bale wrapper.
Best be off, mate, before I get caught on my phone at work. Good luck on the farm.
Talk again soon, Liam. And with that, another 2 jobs down and another month over with. 2,000 in the bank. Scraping by as usual, but hey, it's something. Ah, look at this lot. Tomatoes, lettuces, the lot's looking fantastic. And the sheep. Oof, they've shed enough wool to blanket Montana. Right, Grace, off you go. Field 2's waiting for a bit of weeding magic.
You got it, boss. Field 2, here I come.
Better not forget to pay her either. $5,000 a month. Keep that in mind, Godric. Keep it in mind. All right, pallet fork on. Time to load the wool crates. Looks like 4,000 liters, give or take. Careful, don't want any of this flying off and rolling across the yard nonsense. All right, better strap it down then. Off to the spinnery. Here we go. Should get a decent price for this. Fingers crossed. Can you imagine? Local Montana wool, slightly panicked, but high quality. Grace is out there weeding, doing her thing, probably grumbling at the tiny weeds she's battling. And here we are. Spinnery. Don't fail me now. Ho ho! $5.5 grand for the wool. I'll take it. Let's see how the greenhouse veggies are doing. All right, strap it down tight. Fragile goods. Don't want a tomato massacre on my hands. Off to the stall. And done. $4.5 grand in the pocket. Beautiful. Nice little boost after the wool. Now, contracts. Field 37, hoeing, with the weeder. Not too tricky, and Grace is already finished in Field 2, so she can head there straight away. Everything's lining up nicely, just the way I like it. Time to keep the woolly monsters happy. Small square bales, 1 by 1, onto the trailer. Strap them down nice and tight, then we throw them into the pen. They're eating like teenagers at a buffet, I tell you. Might have to expand the pen soon. But first, let's keep them happy. Happy sheep, happy Godric. Surely things get easier from here. They must, right? I mean, Grace is helping out, the fields are ready, and if I don't trip over any tractor tires today, we might just survive. And I can't complain either. Tractor's running like a dream. The MF7S is a beauty. Sweet, sweet horsepower. Might even check on the oats in Field 2 while I'm at it. Make sure it is all looking good, you know? Spreading evenly, nice and steady. Nobody likes a patchy field. Ah, there we go. Job done. Home time. Grace has finished cultivating too. Team effort. Very satisfactory. Another fertilizing job for me. And a big 16,000 bale wrapping job for Grace. She's going to love this one. All right, come in, Grace. You there? Time to get started. Wrapping at Field 17 for you.
Let's see if I can make that bales vanish like magic.
Magic and efficiency. That's the motto.
Hey, Godric.
Hope. How's Trix?
Good, thanks. How's the farm holding up? Debt manageable? I worry you've bitten off more than you can chew.
Don't worry, I've got it handled. Winter's over, fields are ready, and Grace is a marvel. She's keeping me sane, mostly.
Grace, huh? I see how it is. Don't let her boss you around too much.
Oh, you think I let anyone boss me around? Maybe just a little. You should come and see the farm sometime, Hope.
Maybe I will. We'll see. Keep it all running until I do.
Deal. I'll make sure it's impressive. We'll set a date, yeah?
Perfect. Take care, Godric.
Ah, the farm. Debt. Chaos. And apparently a hint of hope. All in a day's work.
All done, boss. Bale wrapping complete. Heading back to the farm now.
Perfect. I'm nearby. See you shortly. I will follow you back to the farm.
Sounds good.
What? What on earth? Grace? Where? Where are you? Grace? What the hell just happened? Grace? Grace, you there? Grace, come in. Where are you?
Godric, I'm fine. I'm over by Field 3 near the tree line. Don't freak out.
What happened? Your tractor's, parked halfway up the fence.
Yeah, about that. We had a visitor. Big black bear right by the sheep pen. I tried to scare it off, clipped the fence, jumped out, and chased it toward the forest before it got bold.
You chased a bear? On foot?
Well, I wasn't going to just sit there and let it eat your lambs. Anyway, it's gone. I'm checking the tree line to make sure it didn't double back.
Right. Well, I'll fix the fence and get the tractor back on solid ground. You finish playing Bear Patrol and get back here before it decides to bring friends.
Copy that. And Godric?
Yeah?
You owe me hazard pay.
Bears. Actual bears. Only in Montana, right? In the UK, the worst you get is a badger. Right, back to business. Look at that alfalfa. Oats are looking cracking too. Should be a decent yield come summer. Well, well, what have we got here? Cultivating job, 20 grand. Hoeing job, 41 grand. That'll get the bank off my back. Grace, fancy a bit of hoeing today? Field 55, big one.
Sounds like a plan, boss. Be good to get back to normal in the tractor again.
Sounds good. I've got cultivating to do. I'll watch you disappear over the horizon and keep an eye out for any more bear. And don't run over any more fences on the way.
Very funny.
And there we are. Grace carving up Field 55 like she owns the place. Me turning soil until I'm cross-eyed. But hey, money's money. Done and dusted. 20 grand for me, 41 for Grace's field. We're in the green again. Well, less in the red at least. Right, grass is long enough. Time to give the meadow a haircut and give Giles a call. Giles? You wouldn't believe the week I've had.
Oh? What's happened now? Another tractor breakdown?
Nope. Bear. Big, black, very real bear. Tried to make a snack out of my sheep. Grace went full action hero and scared it off.
You're joking. A bear?
I wish I was. Tractor ended up in the fence. Sheep screaming their heads off. Nearly needed a new pair of trousers. But all good now.
Only you could end up farming Jurassic Park.
Tell me about it. Anyway, crops are in. Oats in Field 2, alfalfa in Field 3. I'll be harvesting the alfalfa next month. Should get a lovely first cut off it. Grace is here now, turning my rows nice and neat. She's a star.
Glad to hear it. So, money-wise, how are things?
Well, crawling back into the black. Contracts are paying, greenhouse is still running, and these bales I'm about to make should be worth a nice chunk when wrapped. I'd better let you go before I accidentally wrap the phone in plastic. Bye. And there we have it. Meadow mown, bales wrapped, money sitting in the field waiting for me to sell it. Perfect end to the day. Oh, now what? Come on, really? It won't start. Must be from when Grace decided the fence was a great parking space. Fiat, you let me down. I better call the mechanic.
Hey, Godric.
Hey Nathan, Fiat won't start. Looks like it's completely fried after a fencing incident.
Right. Send it back to the shop. I'll send a truck over. If I can't fix it, I'll give you $30,000 for it as parts. You can put that toward a new tractor.
30 grand? Well, that's unexpected. Might just soften the blow.
Also, I saw a second-hand Steyr Absolute CVT on sale, $105,000. Bargain for a tractor that size. 224 horsepower,
CVT transmission. Can even be upgraded.
Steyr Absolute. Thanks, Nathan. I'll get it sorted. Right. Let's see what else is out there. AgroStar 8. Huge 230 horsepower, 90 grand. Should have jumped on that sale the other day. Typical. But Nathan Steyr, 224 horsepower, CVT, upgradable. A bargain. I think I'll take it. Can't worry about the cost. It's an investment, isn't it? Ha! Grace, you'll be glad to know you no longer have to drive the Fiat. It died.
You sound excited. Does that mean I get a new tractor?
Yes, poor old Fiat. 30 grand from Nathan for parts. But check this out. The Steyr Absolute CVT, bigger than the Massey, more power, CVT, would feel like driving a spaceship.
What? I bags the Steyr.
Oh no, not yet you won't. I'll be driving it home, thank you very much. You can take the Massey for a spin. All right, Grace. She's mine now. The Steyr's all mine. Feel like I'm driving a bloody tank.
You better not get carried away. It's big, heavy, and expensive.
Expensive, yes. Worth it, absolutely. Feels like the farm finally caught up with me.
Well, don't forget, you still got me keeping you in line while you enjoy all that horsepower.
Touché. At least you're still fast enough to keep up with me on that new Massey.
Fast enough, maybe. But careful, boss. The last thing I want is a late-night tractor incident.
Contract's done, spraying finished. May's gone, and June's coming up. Not bad at all.
If we keep this pace, we might even finish ahead of schedule. Just make sure you don't get too comfortable.
Comfortable? Nah. Steyr or no Steyr, there's always something to keep me on my toes. Ah, June. Summer's creeping in, the sun's out, and look at these beasts. Both big tractors gleaming. I might actually have enough power to get everything done this month. Greenhouse looks decent, veggie's nearly ready. Oh, and the sheep. No hay left. Better sort that out before they start nibbling the fence. Right, here we are. Alfalfa looking lush. Thick. That's some proper growth. Perfect timing. Grace, grab the mower and meet me here. We'll get this cut before it gets too hot. Don't want it drying in the sun, or I'll have half the field blowing away like confetti.
This baby's ready to roar.
That's the spirit. Let's show this alfalfa who's in charge. Small trailer. Still does the job, but it's getting a bit tight for all this greenhouse stuff. Let's load these crates. Strap them down. Right, off to the stall. Market's lucky to get these beauties. Fresh, crisp, and worth their weight in cash. All right, sold the produce. Just shy of $4,000. Nice. Oh, crumbs. Ran over a bit of the oats in the field. Nothing major, but lesson learned. Keep eyes on the field next time. All right, small trailer. Let's get this off the books. Just under $4,000. Not bad for a bit of metal and wood. Now then. Ooh, new farm tech trailer. $37,000. That'll take nearly everything I've got. But it's an investment, right? Yep. Hitch her up, back to the farm. And pray there's enough left for fuel. Right. Let's see what David thinks about this. Maybe he'll have some clever tips about the alfalfa. Can't hurt asking.
Hello, Godric. How's the farm? Everything under control?
David! Just about. Alfalfa field's looking lush. I'm mowing, rowing, baling, wrapping. You name it. We're doing it all today. Grace is a star on the mower, too.
Sounds like you're keeping busy. Alfalfa's a good choice. Lots of cuts per year, decent profit, especially with your equipment already sorted. How's the soil holding up?
So far, so good. Harvesting the first cut as we speak. I've been careful with the rows, trying to get it all uniform for good growth.
And the oats?
Almost ready. Can't wait to harvest them.
Might feed a few to some horses if I ever get around to building that little stable. I'm hoping there'll be a tidy little bonus.
Sounds perfect. You're planning to rotate the fields after that, I imagine?
Haven't really thought about that yet, actually. Good point.
Just remember, timing's everything. Keep those cuts consistent, and you'll have multiple harvests without any drop in yield. And don't forget to watch the moisture. It'll affect silage quality too.
Thanks. I'll keep an eye on it. Grace and I are on the job. Nothing's going to get past us today.
Excellent. Sounds like you're managing everything brilliantly. Give my regards to Grace, and keep me posted on the yields.
Will do, David. Thanks for the advice, as always. Right, back to the fields. Plenty to do. Right, time to feed these sheep. Got new trailer. Let's get these bales in here. Careful now, don't want to squash my fingers. 1, 2, and 3. Nice and steady. Could do this all day, though my arms might disagree. Never thought I'd say this, but I rather like the rhythm of it. Grace is out there mowing, probably thinking I'm slacking off. Ha! Little does she know I'm getting a full bale workout over here. All right, little ones, breakfast is served. Easy does it. Don't trip over now. That's 1, 2, keep it going, 3, 4, perfect. Everyone's happy, I'm happy. What a glorious morning. And just in time, look who's back. Grace finished her mowing job. Top marks, that one. Payment due, 18.5k. Right, time to get this place looking sharp for harvest. That silo's going in, 20 grand gone, just like that. But worth every penny. And this little beauty's going to store all the oats next month. And I've got to give a big thank you to Lumberjack 929, the NextGen legend. This silo's on you, mate. Sponsoring the farm upgrade, helping us prep for harvest. Truly appreciated. Right, contract time. Let's see what the board's got for us today. Hey, Hope. How's it going?
Better now that I've caught you at work. I've been wondering how my favorite Montana farmer's surviving all that debt and all those tractors.
Surviving, yes. Thriving? Not quite yet. Grace has been a lifesaver, though. Keeps me from breaking everything and everyone.
Sounds like she's charming. Better not let her steal all your attention.
Oh, she's great, but don't worry. If bears are scared of her, then so am I.
Bears? Do I even want to know?
And yes, there was a bear on the farm. Never seen anything like it in the UK.
All right, Montanan Chaos Coordinator. Keep me posted. And don't spend all your profits on tractors.
July's here. Time to harvest these oats. See if all the planting, fertilizing, and swearing paid off. She's looking ready. Golden, tall, and just the right crunch underfoot. And the woolings. All happy. Still need hay, but we'll sort that after the oats. Can't let the stock go hungry while I'm mucking about in the fields. Tomatoes, peppers, lettuces. Looking good. Can sell a few crates later. Nice little top-up for the month. Grace, you ready for go time?
Born ready. Tractor warmed up. Trailer's ready. Whatever you need me for.
Brilliant. I'm firing up the combine. First time since last year. Let's hope she remembers her manners. All right, header on, oats in sight. Here we go.
Hope you're not going too fast, boss. Don't want any oats taking flight.
Grace, I promise. The oats are staying in the field. Mostly. Keep that trailer ready for pickup.
Mostly? You worry me. Anyway, trailer's hooked and ready. I'll follow your golden parade.
Lovely work, Grace. Straight rows, clean oats. I might just have to retire next year. Nah, who am I kidding? These machines are my life now.
Retire? You mean retire to sit in your office and look at spreadsheets? No thanks, boss.
Exactly. Better to be in mud, dust, and oats than behind a desk. Look at this lot. Golden as a pint of ale in the morning. Silage bales will be coming off soon, and these oats could feed some horses, sell some off. Maybe even think about a new crop for field 2 once it's cleared. Something fancy. Keep the rotation tidy. And after the harvest, there's more baling, wrapping, Getting everything stashed before the weather turns? The new trailer's doing a solid job. No more running back and forth like last year. The alfalfa's nearly ready too. Could get 2 cuts this year if I time it right. That should cover Grace's wages and leave a little bonus for me. Enough to stop sweating over the bills. The Massey's brilliant, but the Steyer's waiting for a proper run next week. Maybe even a second mower for the meadow. Speed things up. Yes. Keep it steady, keep it neat, and the farm will run itself. Almost. Oh, now what? Rain already? Combine doesn't like wet oats.
Boss, it's coming down hard. Should we stop?
Yeah, best to head in till it clears. Oh no, wind's picking up. Bloody hell, what is that? My God, a tornado.
Boss, that tornado. It's huge. We need to get out of here.
Godric! Godric!
Hope! Can you hear me? Hope!